Hi guys, this is Diya and welcome back to my channel Mom and Me. So these days I am receiving a lot of emails, DMs, messages, comments from you guys asking me about tips and tricks on how I take care of my kids during winters. So a lot of you guys, my subscribers and my viewers, they are in cold weather right now, whether it's India, US, UK, though we are experiencing a lot of heat and bushfires here. But I thought that I will make a video for you guys if you are in cold weather at how I take care of my kids' health, their diet, their skin, and those little tiny simple things that I do during the winter that makes a huge impact on their health and keeps them safe from all the viruses, because viruses are most active during the winters. So this is what I am going to share in this video, and also that I will be doing this video in Hindi as well. So if you want to watch this again in Hindi, I'll provide a link up here, and let's get started. So I have divided this video because there's a lot of information to be shared. So I have divided this video in 4 sections. So first section being just general care as soon as winter starts. Second one is care during cough and cold. So if your baby has actually caught cold, that's second section. Third section is skin care, and the fourth and the final one is how to incorporate immune boosting foods in your child's diet. And also I'll be sharing few recipes like Raab, which is an ideal drink to keep you warm in winter chills. It also soothes the sore throat. Then turmeric milk, which is an immune booster, and also homemade Vepo Rub. Now this is like a magic recipe. You have to try it once because wicks that we all buy, it is wax based, but this is all natural Ayurvedic recipe. So what better than that? Every mom should have this handy before even the winter starts. So make sure to watch this video till the end because I have brilliant recipes towards the end of the video. And these are not great things, but simple things that we do, but it makes a huge impact during the winters. It keeps your child comfortable, it keeps your child away from general cough and cold unless it's virus. So make sure to watch this video. And yes, if you found this video helpful, please give this a video like and subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and let's get started. So let's first begin with the general care as soon as the winter months starts. So the first point I want to mention is reduce the bath time. Make them short and sweet. In summers, my kids generally take bath for 15 to 20 minutes long, but in winters, I reduce it straight to 5 minutes. So it's a 10-minute process from start to begin. To start to end. So I would take out their clothes, put them in the bath, wipe and moisturize, and then I'll make them wear clothes. So everything in matter of 10 minutes, keep everything ready. So that's point number 1. Second point is that make them wear socks, whether they are indoors or outdoors. Even at home, they need to wear socks because chest and feet are 2 areas from where the cold enters your kids' body, and then they will tend to get sick. So always keep their feet covered and their chest covered. So I always make them wear a thermal as their first layer during the winters. So now the next few points I'll be discussing, which are kind of norm in our family. The first thing that we do is we drink turmeric milk or simply turmeric mixed in water. So what we do is as soon as winter starts or the chill weather starts, we don't wait for our kids to get cough and cold. We just start, everybody in our family, every night we will drink turmeric. Now how we do it, if you want to make turmeric milk, just take lukewarm water and add turmeric to it. You can also add black pepper to it, though we don't add it, but black pepper is very good, and I'll discuss more on black pepper later in the video. But to make turmeric milk, as I said, lukewarm water with a little bit of turmeric in it, few pinches, not a lot. And my daughter, when she was little, throughout winter, she used to drink turmeric milk, and her body and immunity was great. She never caught cold easily. It's not like she never did, but not very easily. Like, you know, the little cold, common cold, she will just deal away with it. And my son, he doesn't like to drink turmeric milk. So what I do instead is I take lukewarm water or just room temperature water, I would add little turmeric to it, put it in the syringe and give it to him before bedtime. So why before bedtime is because bedtime, it's a great time to give them turmeric, because our body generates cough, mucus on daily basis during the winter season, because viruses are active during this time, and turmeric will actually activate their immune system, and it will the cough will excrete through the poop. It will melt and it will just get rid of itself through the poop. So it's like, the body is cleansing itself every day just by drinking turmeric. So this is another thing that we do. Like even my husband and I, we drink turmeric every night in winters. It helps us as well. So that is like a norm. Another thing that we do is we drink honey. So every evening, so turmeric is at the bedtime, before the bedtime, and honey is in the evenings generally. So in the evenings, 1 teaspoon of honey, I'll give it to my kids, and even we will drink it. My kids love it. And honey keeps body warm. It keeps your skin lubricated, moisturized. And the best thing that it does, it dries up the chesty cough. So if your child has cough and congested lungs, then honey is the best thing. It's even scientifically proven, and when I go to the doctors, they recommend me to give it to my child in the winters every day. So honey is another thing that you must give to your child, whether your child is sick or not. And third thing that we have as a norm in my family is Tulsi leaves or holy basil. So this is, again, Tulsi helps fight the infections. It increases your immunity. And in India, we have Tulsi plant in every household. So just pick few leaves, either extract its juice or just give it to your kids. My kids love to just eat as it is. They love to chew it, and then they would actually ask me for it every day. So that's another thing. So turmeric and honey and tulsi, they are like terrific combination during the winter. So these are like little things, but so effective. So my next tip is, especially if you're in very chilly weather and you use room heaters. So what heaters does is that it dry the room air, and it takes away the moisture from your skin as well. So it's best to use humidifiers, because it balances the moisture level in the room and it protects your skin from getting too dry, and because dry skin leads to itchiness, eczema and rashes, so you want to avoid that. So either use humidifier, or what I personally like to do is I just take a bowl of water and I place it somewhere in the room which is not reachable for my kids, and then that also works equally well to maintain the moisture level, or the to protect the room from not being excessively dry. So, and it's cheap as well, so that's what I do. So now I will discuss what things I do if my child has got common cold and cough. So the first and foremost, as soon as I see the signs of them coughing or runny nose, what I do is I make them Raab every morning, and Raab makes part of my breakfast at least 3 to 4 times during the winter mornings. Now what Raab is, it basically has bajri flour, it has gur or jaggery, it has soot or ginger powder in it, and a lot of water. So it keeps them hydrated, and Raab basically is it's an ideal drink for winter chills because it soothes their throat, it dries up the cough, and I will be sharing the recipe towards the end of the video. So Raab is like a super drink during the winter. So that is first thing that I would do as soon as I sense that my kids are getting sick. And second thing is to keep them hydrated with giving them a lot of water. But kids, even my kids, they don't like to drink water during the winters because it's cold. So try giving them lukewarm water, and I sometimes like to add a little bit of lemon to it. It just is full of vitamin C. It is a bit different taste than normal water, and kids sometimes take it, sometimes not, but most of the times they will at least take a couple of sips. So either give them lukewarm water or add a little bit of lemon, just a few drops. You don't have to add a lot of it, just a few drops. So in winters, we can enjoy a lot of oranges, orange juice, etc. But what I do is I don't give my kids oranges in mornings or in the evenings, only in the afternoons, because afternoons are warm compared to mornings and evenings. And that's what I think my mom and grandmom, they've always done to us. So that's something that has stick to me in my head. So one, I give them orange juice only in the afternoon, and I also add a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Now, why black pepper is because black pepper is known to balance the cough or pith in the body, and kids generally get sick if the cough level increases in their body, and black pepper maintains that. So black pepper is very good whether you add it in orange juice or boiled moong. So I always do that in winter season. Another thing that I do before bedtime is I would apply the homemade vapor rub onto my kids' chest and onto their feet. I will rub it, and once their feet is nice and warm, I'll make them wear socks and leave it overnight. And Vicks Vapor Rub that we get into the market, it is wax based, which is why it is white. The one that we make at home, it is made from cow's ghee, and cow's ghee is yellow. And I will also add the essential oil in it, and which is why it's yellow in color. But it smells the same. It works much better than Vicks Vapor Rub. So recipes towards the end of the video. So if you want to check out, keep watching this video. But one thing I want to mention that before the winter starts, I always make a batch of it. It will last me entire winter. Another thing I always keep handy is eucalyptus oil. It's essential oil. So what I do is I would apply a few drops of it on my kids' t-shirt or onto their pillow cover. But I do not apply them onto their skin directly. And that's one thing. And for the matter of fact, actually, I never apply anything onto their nose directly, because anything applied onto the nose will irritate their nostrils. So if I apply eucalyptus oil onto the pillow cover or onto their t-shirt, it just helps them breathe better. And another thing which is really an effective, and it's actually a lifesaver, is if your baby is very uncomfortable middle of the night, your baby can't breathe properly and is waking up from his sleep again and again due to blocked nose and coughing, try this. Try putting them into an inclined position. So what I do is I actually put my daughter or son onto a pillow that is a little bit of thick, and I will make them sleep in an inclined position. So what it does is basically, all the postnasal mucus and the liquids, from this area, we swallow it during the day. But during the bedtime, when you're lying flat, the gravity actually pushes it all back. Which is why in the morning your throat is congested, the sinus and the postnasal area, it's all congested, and it does not let you breathe properly during the night. So in the inclined position, if your baby is sleeping, it does not comes back due to the gravity, and it will remain, the nose will remain clear. You can use nasal clear as well middle of the night. It's just water and salt. So salt water, it also really helps. So one tip my GP actually gave me, which is I think a lifesaver, brilliant tip, is that once your baby has taken bath in lukewarm to warm water, try blowing their nose. But the trick is to blow one nose at a time. So what I do is, once my daughter, she has taken bath, I have dressed her up, I'll take her to the wash basin, and then I'll tell her to blow her nose. I'll tell her to, I'll just close one of her nostril, and she will blow from the other side, and then I'll repeat on the other side. So if you blow both the nostrils together, the snot will not come out as much as you do one at a time. And so, but in that case, your child should know how to blow the nose. But if you do that, 2 times from one side, 2 times from the other side, you will see a lot of snot coming out, and it clears this area, because the upper or the postnasal area is connected to the eye, and then the doctor told me that it can cause eye infection as well if their nose is always blocked. So try to clear their nose, and doing it one nostril at a time is a great tip. Another thing is that if your child has runny nose, what kids tend to do is like they'll rub here, and then they will after a little while they will rub their eye. So try to avoid that. This is so dangerous because it will actually cause conjunctivitis, because there's a lot of virus in the mucus that is running out of your nose, and as soon as it touches your eye, your eye gets infected. So keep hand sanitizer ready during this time if your child has runny nose, and also make sure to wash their hands a couple of times during the day. So now let's look at some skincare tips. So the first one is, if your baby is older like mine, she is like 2 years and 3.5, almost 4 years old. So I don't massage them anymore. So if your child is at the stage where you don't massage their body anymore, try this. So when I fill their tub with the water, I add a couple of drops of oil. You can add coconut oil, you can add mustard oil, or you can also add lavender oil. So these are the 3 types of oil that I sometimes add. My kids love to smell lavender oil. Otherwise, I guess coconut oil is all you need. It will keep their body and their skin moisturized. And as soon as they come out of the water, while the skin is still damp, apply the moisturizer. So I usually apply the moisturizer within the first few minutes after they have come out of the bath, because moisturizer should never be applied on super dry skin. If the skin is a little damp, it is absorbed instantly and it gives much more better results than if it is applied on the dry skin. And last skincare tip is, I would say, apply cow's ghee on your child's lips. So your kids' lips tend to get dry a lot during winter due to the cold air when they go out, and also due to the heating system at home. So apply cow's ghee especially before night, because otherwise overnight they will get cracks and their lips will get chapped. So definitely before night, and maybe if you want once during the day as well. So now on to the last section of the video, which is immune boosting foods. What foods I give to my children and how actually I incorporate it into their diet. So before I start with that, the number one thing I want to tell you, during the winters, sugar is your enemy. So I try to avoid sugar lollies, butter lollies, lollipops, cakes, and anything with icing like donuts. All of these things I avoid during the winter. Once I will give them chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. Yes, we do sometimes indulge into ice creams as well, but otherwise no sugar lollies or butter candies during the winter, because I don't know about all the kids out there, but my kids definitely get sick if they eat a lot of sugar. So sugar is your enemy, so avoid that. Having spoken about this sugar, one thing I want to mention here is that whether it's summers or winters, one thing that I do a couple of times during the month is that I would soak methi seeds, and I will soak them overnight, and in the morning I will give this water to my kids. My kids also love to eat the soaked methi. Now what it does, one, methi is superfood. It increases your metabolism and it increases your digestive power. So that is one thing. But what it does most importantly for our kids is that it gets rid of the intestinal worms and parasites. Now, so kids love to play in sand, they love to play in the parks, outdoor. Now what it does is that they cover their hands in germs and bacteria, and then sometimes they would put these hands into their mouth, and then somehow the worms and parasite eggs, they enter into their body, they live into the intestine, they grow, and this parasite combined with the sugar, it's like a deadly combination. So they grow, and this is something which is really hard to detect unless you see threadworms into your kids' wee. which will happen at a very later stage when it has really increased in number. So, to cut the story short, what I do is I give them methi water at least couple of times during the week, once a week, couple of times during the month. Once a week is great, you can do that. So whether it's summer or winter, doesn't matter. I always give them methi water, and they love to chew on the methi seeds as well. And I at least can rest assured that they are getting rid of the worms and the parasites and all that yucky stuff. So the next category of the food that we should really include in our kids' diet is nuts and seeds. Now, nuts and seeds, they are high in omega-3 fatty acids. They have a lot of nutrients in them, and they provide warmth to our body naturally. So include in their diet. You can add honey on the cashews. This is like a super combination for my kids in my family. They simply love it. You can make almond laddus. You can make protein sukri or the protein bar. I already have shared this recipe on my channel. I'll link it somewhere up here in the cards and also in the description box below if you're interested. So try and include these healthy foods into your kids' diet. One another thing that I include in my kids' diet is Ajwain. Now, I bring the Patanjali brand from the store, but you can actually make it at home as well. All you need to do is take some ajwain, put it in a plate, squeeze a few fresh lemons in it, add black salt in it, and keep it out in the sun, and repeat the process for 2 more times. And once it's all nice and dry, store it in the airtight jar. Now, my mom used to do all of that work, but I just do the shortcut, and I bring this Patanjali Ajwain and I give it to my kids. It has great health benefits. If you want, you can Google it as well. It has great health benefits during the winters or any time during the year. So I include that. So these are little simple things that we do during the winter that not only keeps my kids' body warm and comfortable, they also have this immunity to fight against the common cold, cough and viruses. Now let me jump onto the recipes that I'm going to share. So let's start with the Raab first. To make Raab, you will need 1 tablespoon ghee, 1 tablespoon bajri flour, 2 tablespoon grated jaggery, pinch of salt or dry ginger powder and hot water. So first take a small kadai and add ghee to it, and then add the bajri flour. If you cannot stir bajri smoothly, add a little more ghee. You should be able to stir it smoothly. Now stir this mixture till the bajri flour turns dark in color. Once it's brown, add hot water, salt powder and jaggery. Now let this mixture boil for a few minutes. It should be runny at first, but after boiling it for a few minutes, it will turn a little thick. Turn off the flame at this point and cool it till it's warm, and then serve it to your kids. Note, once it starts to get cool, it will get thicker and thicker, so consume it while it's still lukewarm. Lastly, I will share our homemade Vepo Rub recipe. To make this, all we really need is some ghee, 7 to 8 camphor balls and 1 tablespoon of eucalyptus oil. So take a vessel. I usually take the one in which we do the vaghaar. Add cow's ghee to it. Once ghee is melted, add camphor or Karpur to it. The Karpur will take few minutes to melt, so keep stirring. Once Karpur is melted, you will see smoke evaporating. Turn off the gas at this stage and add 1 tablespoon of eucalyptus oil. Now it's important that you cover this mixture till it cools, as otherwise it will lose its fragrance and its effectiveness as camphor will start to evaporate. Once cool, store it in a jar and make sure to tighten the lid. So this much will last me the whole winter. So I make a batch before the winter starts, and it helps keep my kids' body warm in those chilly winter days. So guys, I hope this video was helpful, and if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, please give this video a big like. It may take only a second of your time to like this video, but it will do a lot for my channel, to grow my channel. So a sincere request to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.